This is GappaMagix. I'm at the bike trail in New Orleans, Minnesota. Just to prove that, since I know you people may or may not believe anything I do. Film the box here. Made in America too, by the way. And anyway, better watch it. Hazardous shock will happen if people keep stealing my identity. Make them die. And anyway, I'm down here. Gonna go visit Skinwalker Island, Goatman Island, or Dogman Island, Mystical Deer People Island. I'm gonna go down here and see what I see. I don't really have a gift besides an apple. I still believe it's one being or creature that's doing all this building. Or the second belief is the deer, mystical deer people that turn into deer that are like feral people, possibly. Anyway, though, I don't believe in that word feral people. They're just people that aren't educated, or how you say, people that are not hip on the new age of living. And anyway, just film this for a little bit here. Okay, so right there, that proves it right there. It's like the tree's bleeding, because I know that no one sprayed red paint on there before. Now, I've been filming these vines at different locations. Okay, I don't know if you can see that from this angle, but I'm gonna try to zoom in. There's a slight touch of red on those vines, as if they're bleeding actual blood. Now, before I thought it was possibly just somebody using spray paint or painting them. Now I think different. I'm not for sure really how natural that is, or really what type of word to call it. But I do know one thing. Film that vine where it looks like it's bleeding in different locations. That not that exact vine like right there, but literally that exact species of vine that grows on the trees. Anyway, I'm not for sure really if that's sewage, but I'm pretty sure it is. Or is it just gunk, that like debris that floats on top of the water, that little particles that don't sift back down into the water. Not for sure. But anyway, I'm on the bike trail in New Orleans, Minnesota. Someone coming. I'm gonna pause it. Hold on, there's a deer right here. A couple of them down there. They just don't care about nothing. I don't know what they're eating, like little flowers or bugs or something. I know they ate the bread. That's for certain. Oh, here comes whoever it is. I'm gonna pause it for a second. Don't want no one talking to me on this film. The deer out there, back there. People jogging. That ain't me. There's another character coming behind me, jogging as well. So I'm not gonna move for a second. I'm just gonna stand here. I don't want no one to see where I duck off into the woods over there on the other side of the creek, or on the path, excuse me. And anyway, a couple deer hopped back on this trail right here. Right now, if you're wondering about current events in New Orleans, Minnesota, there's a contest for, forgot what the name of the tree species, but it's some type of tree that grows really tall. And I'm gonna have to look into that deeper, because I know that there's a huge tree around here that's circumference and tall at the same time. and I guess they're giving away $200 if you find the largest tree in the city of New Ulm. But it has to be a certain species of tree. It can't just be any tree. And anyway, there you go. There's a little piece of current events. Here's another little trail. Anyway, I'm about to duck off. I'm not going to show you exactly where I duck off. You find the spot yourself. Alright, here I am. I'm going to hide the bike. Smell like someone's been back here. Smell like weed. Not that I care, really. I'm just, how you say, talking, basically. If I had enough weed to smoke outside, I'm at that stage where I have to pay rent and I have to worry about stuff. So I can't just buy a bunch of weed to be able to smoke whenever I want to. I can only really smoke at nighttime before I go to bed. And anyway, here I am. Look for other stuff that is out of, how you say it, that hasn't been here before. That bread's all gone. I remember leaving the bread right here. And then, that's about it really in the sense of that part of it. Walk over here, look on the ground for signs of abnormal poop. That's about the best we can do down here. I ain't got how you say, money for a trail camera yet, but when that time comes, I guess I'll buy one and then figure out how to do all that swapping data and put it onto this phone and make, I don't know how to do it, but I'll figure it out. But like I said, all this is basically me copying people in a sense of seeing people getting clout from being outside filming, and as well due to what happened to me when I had to go and hide in the state park from a state warrant out for my arrest for a crime that I didn't commit, accused of, allegedly. And anyway, I had no choice but to hide in the state park, and I'll reflect that with you. September 9th, 2025 at roughly, I don't know, 3:45 a.m., 3:33 a.m. I was sitting on a bench in the state park, and I heard an owl, an actual owl, or it could have been a recording of an owl. And then I heard whooping, like how stereotypical whooping sounds of a Sasquatch. And then I seen a silhouette. Now, compare the distance. I'd say 1.5 football fields away, because from me to the train right there is almost a football field. And anyway, on top of that as well, high up, it was high up on a ridge too, staring down at me. The moon was full. I was sitting on a bench where there was no trees, so it definitely seen me there. And as well, I had this phone going, meaning I had a bright light on, or I don't know how good a vision those creatures have, but what I'm gonna do anyway. Hey, I knew it. Here's another piece of poop. That is not deer poop. And right there's another bit. I knew it. And anyway, here we go. Do. Don't want to fall in here. Do. Do. Oh yeah, if you're wondering about my other pair of pants, guess what? I got them fixed. Nice lady at the seamstress quilt shop, as well as I don't know, stuff ladies do. She fixed them for $5. So that was well good. All right, here we go. There we go. I'm good. Now, take a look in here. Don't really know what I'm looking for when I'm come up in here. But since I still think what I think and believe what I hear on podcasts and read on forums about beings that apparate, that are literally nothing, and then all of a sudden it's dark outside and it's as if they think themselves into reality or think themselves through teleportation, and all of a sudden they're there. Now, I didn't actually film an actual being in the state park doing that, but I heard and filmed sounds right when it was getting dark and felt a presence, and as well heard crunching of leaves of, how you say, louder than that, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it was audible that day or not, but it was right before winter came in 2025. And anyway, though, I'm gonna take out the apple here. Don't want to run off film. Like I said, I ain't got much. I got an apple. I guess I can give him my chips that I was eating some chips earlier too. I had a sandwich. And anyway, it's a nice apple, believe it or not. Clean it off a little bit for him too. And here's chips. So, chips. Make a little tray for him. Okay. The chips can go on the tray right there, on the piece of bark that I used to make a tray. But the apple, I want to see if it goes up high. I want to see how tall this bean is. Now, can't really get too high with this apple, but we're going to try to. Put the phone back down here. If you're wondering what type of chips those are, they're Frito-Lay's or Lay's Smokehouse barbecue chips. They're really barbecue-y. And anyway, I got that apple up pretty high. My arm could probably reach like 7 foot, so it's about 7 feet tall. Let's see here. I mean, I'm 5'5", 5'6" with a pair of shoes on. So it's about 7 foot up. Take a good look here. We'll find out. I honestly don't like just giving up an apple just to see if it's gonna get eaten, since it's a good apple that I purchased. But it's part of science to figure it out, and that's about it, really, in a sense, because there's no way a deer can get that down. Possibly, I guess. Take a good look at it. I wedged this in there pretty good. It's in there, wedged. And anyway, there's chips right there for it too. Hey, it had chips down here. Doritos. It was here, eating Doritos. Take a little walk here once on Skinwalker Island. This is the other tree that it tipped over, as you can see. kind of sounds hollow. Now the weeds are so thick too, anything could be like just crouching in there with his head right above the water, if that makes any sense. And like just lurking, basically. And anyway, don't want to drop my phone, don't want to drop into this water either. It is disgusting looking and possibly deep. I don't know how deep this is here. Let's see here. Look it. It almost made like a small little, if it needed to, like run off of this. This is all hypothetical. And then, oh, it stinks bad here. Like something's dead underneath there. All of a sudden it just stunk. And I didn't smell it before. This is how I look. I got my nose slightly out. Possibly rotten corpse under here. Just saying. Hypothetical. Now, if you remember the other video, a piece of bread was just kind of sitting right here on the edge, like as if it come out from wherever it's lurking, and reach up and take a bite of the bread and leave it there. I took that piece of bread and moved it. And then as well, probably shouldn't have did that, but don't matter really. There's more bread coming once I go get it. That's in there still, and it's in there deep. Now, like I said, if you believe in the native folklore like I do, this is all real. I'm not gonna exit properly, but I will knock. Here's something. Take a good look here once. That isn't I thought that was a nail. It's not. I knew it. So this is literally like wedged up on here. Put here. In a nice way. And it ain't moving. And I want to know if this is stuck in there or what. I mean, part of me hit a tree. Ow! Ow! I said part of me, man. It just stabbed me. And anyway, that was it, really. When that tree stabbed me, that means it's time to go. It means I overstayed my welcome slightly. But like I said, it's all in a matter of science. This isn't really my fun and joy. You don't want to know what my fun and joy is. It's not, how you say, universal sentence to speak. Okay? So at the end of the day, just know that. And anyway, now, just take a little walk here again. There's more poop that's not deer poop. Never really walked over here yet, since it's technically not Skinwalker Island. That's why I didn't come over here. But now, since, you know, pretty much done filming over there, might as well make this video a little longer. Take a little walk over here once. It's almost a bog. Almost. More of a grassland, I guess, but it is wet underneath my shoe. I just altered my sock, pulled my sock up. I had to take my shoe off, and I felt the bottom of my shoe. And anyway, I don't really know what to say about it, really, but I know it's out here. It may not be like here, right here in the flesh in front of me. At nighttime, it's here though. And if it doesn't travel here literally by walking or by hitching a ride on the train, then it apparates. Or if you believe in another hypothesis that I heard on a forum and as well podcasts about UFOs, how you say, carrying or charting these beings around and then bloop them right down into there. I mean, it's far-fetched, but it could be real. And then, like my other theory, when I was talking about my theories in the state park, for what I heard, I wasn't hearing it at the state park. I heard it at 8th Street Hill on January 18th, 2026. I heard a small sound of a microphone and then monkey chatter. Now, there it goes back into that thing about interdimensional beings that have possible suits that they're wearing. They have a button near their neck, or they have a button somewhere where they press, and magically it's like it's high-tech internet where it mimicked the sound just like in a split second. That's what it did. Because I remember when I was there that day trying to be cool at nighttime, make a nighttime snowboarding video, and I already did that a couple times there on the 8th. I made one a day and night, and as well another time before that. And anyway though, hey, there's another huge poop, and that is not deer poop. No. Oh my god. Put my foot next to that thing. That is a huge poop, and that is definitely not deer poop. Take a walk over here. Anyway, where I'm going with that story, what I heard on podcasts is that, this is all hypothetical, but I'm gonna just say it. Wow, that scared the shit out of me. The deer just hanging out in between the train tracks, in between the trains. And anyway, I guess that's too far-fetched to say that scared the shit out of me, but it did startle me. And anyway, take a little walk here. Long story short, I heard what I heard. I'm going to talk about the whole story again while I'm standing on this rock right here. 1 minute story. A 5-minute story shortened to 1 minute. I go there. First thing I see is a huge owl. A real owl. This is real. I swear on my soul. I swear on everybody's soul on the whole planet. I swear on everybody's soul that's ever alive or yet to be alive or dead. Okay? Now, seeing an owl, what can I compare it to? Almost the size of this stick here that's stuck in the ground. Almost as tall as that. Okay? And height-wise. And anyway, you believe about telekinesis with animals? I know some of you do, especially dog lovers and cat lovers. You believe me or not, I never said this part yet because I didn't want to sound like a loony bin, but I'm going to talk about it for a second. What I heard the owl say, do you see me? I want you to see me because I'm going to move. Whatever that meant. Like I said, I never wanted to say any of this stuff until right now I'm going to talk about it. And then it said he wanted to move. And then I look up, and I don't know where the owl is quite yet. And then I heard it take a step on the twig, or it was up high on a tree. I don't know how high I compare it to, but high up, taller than the train. Slightly two of those cars stacked on top of each other, so about 40 feet up maybe. And anyway, long story short, the owl said, "Watch," and then it flew. Imagine my point of my finger being the owl. Okay, it flew like right here is where right here's the tree. It flew all the way and back down and flew into a different tree right farther down the walk path on 8th Street Hill, New Ulm, Minnesota. And anyway, then it's as if it wanted me to know. This is real. I swear on my soul. It's as if it wanted me to know that it's not there no more. It flew down, how you say, down the trail. And then, as well, knowing that I just seen it, then I heard a whooping. Meaning not an owl hoot, a whooping, a soft one too. Not a hey, look at me, I'm over here, but just like a hoo, 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 hoo. Now, obviously that's a bipedal humanoid creature mimicking an owl, but at the same time, it's as if it knows English and wants to know, is there somebody here that, and it's saying who, like who is here. This is all hypothetical, but it's all real too. I swear on my soul, this story is real. And anyway, I take a couple steps. Mind you, like I'm maybe like where I'm standing is the path of the actual pavement path. I'm ahead of the path, maybe 20 feet, so past the train right there. This is all in a sense of length spectrum. And anyway, and then I hear it. Now imagine exactly how I said it. I'm up about 20 feet and over that way. would be 8th Street path to get to where I gifted 8th Street Hill. And anyway, I'd say about past half of that, this train car into the middle of the next one is the length of the sound where I heard next. And then I heard what I heard. At first I heard that sound like I said, hoo, 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 hoo. And I looked back, and I know it wasn't the owl that was sitting up in the tree behind me that just flew. And I know, this is what I'm going to talk about first before I say what happened next. This is what I heard about on the podcast. A huge creature that resembles an owl that's not an owl, if that makes any sense. How you say an actual demonic skinwalker that can change into an owl similar. I heard a couple stories about that creature. And anyway, though, I don't know the name of it, but I believe it's real. And anyway, though, long story short, what had happened next was this. I decided to say, well, I might as well figure out what's up in there, because I don't really know what sound to make, and I'm not going to just start talking English to it. So then I go, oh, oh, ah, 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 ah. That's how I did it. Amplify that by about 10 times, or 7 times. Not that loud, but louder than I just did it, right? And then, you believe me or not, this is the best way to, I'll take a rock and try to make the sound. It's like the noise like this. A small click, and then, just going crazy like that. And loud. Like if it was amplified through a loudspeaker. Or the best way to put it was like the click of an intercom when you're sitting in school at your desk and the principal starts talking. Now there's deer right there. As soon as I made that noise, they all popped their heads out. See, I'm not trying to prank them or anything. I'm just telling a story. But anyway, the next thing I'm going to say about that, you believe me or not on this, normally, without snow on the ground, it would take somebody about 1 minute to walk from where I was to the edge of the sidewalk that, starts the different type of cement material that makes the actual trail path on 8th Street Hill, New Ulm, Minnesota. And anyway, it took me about, I'd say 10 or 15 seconds to run as fast as I could back down to the main sidewalk by the sign that says this trail has been made by New Ulm Alina Health Medical Center, blah blah blah. And anyway, you believe me or not, on that day there was a lady that was walking to her car from the old folks home that sits across the street on 8th Street from the 8th Street where I'm talking about. It divides that old folks home and the entrance to the New Ulm Medical Center Hospital. And anyway, that lady saw me running. She also heard it. I didn't see her face from where I was, but I have an assumption that she was bewildered and startled. She heard what made me run. That's a fact, because she saw me run and she stopped in her tracks, and she was like 10 feet away from her car. She didn't know what was going on, but she saw me carrying my snowboard, so she knew that I was a man. She knew I wasn't a being from the woods. Now those deer right there, wondering what the hell I'm doing. It's like they run this shit around here. And anyway, that's about it really for that story. Now, that's a real story. I swear on my soul on that. How many train tracks are there right here? Damn. Hey, check it out. Someone tagged it up. Make sure you can read it. It says, "Creek boy." Creek boy. Pennsylvania. So he came from Pennsylvania. That's funny. The legend of Goatman is from Pennsylvania. And it's as if it just put that there. It looks as if it's written in black chalk. Or maybe black Sharpie marker. Now here's the next part of why I'm over here. When I was walking around over there, hey, look at these deer want problems. Check it out. They're like on the tracks with me. Y'all don't want no problem. they're like on the tracks. And anyway, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks, sets of tracks here. And anyway, though, I really don't care about the train specs. I'm just talking about whatever I see, really. Now, anyway, take a look here. Could be in there right now, for all I know. Nothing. Just a tunnel. Take a little walk farther. If you look at this stuff, just take a good look here once. Look at what I'm seeing. Stuff bent down. Okay? Meaning, hypothetically, a big beam that lumbered through here and pressed all that down. Now, it can't be proven what I'm just saying right there, but like I said, it takes a lot of force to wrap metal around a tree, like in the earlier part of this small film where I filmed the how you say, trim chrome piece of some type of vehicle that's wrapped around the tree. And anyway, this is a nice little shade tree right here. Kick it right here, like lean up on there like that. Oh yeah. Well, good. Yeah, that's it really. That's about it for right now in this section. I'm gonna walk and I'm gonna film if I have to. Other than that, I will say something before I turn the phone all the way off, or turn the camera off. I'm trying to remember if this shit was here, like how I'm looking at it. I'm gonna have to check the footage. I'm pretty sure it was not how it is. I just want to see if it's heavy. How heavy is this to move? Kind of heavy. And look at